Hey everybody, welcome back. So today's fun little job is going to be to get the swamp cooler running because it's starting to get hot here. It hit 90 a couple days and we could turn the air conditioner on. It's right there, but swamp cooler's up there and it's dripping. Why is it dripping? I know it's filled with water, but it shouldn't be filled with water because the water valve should be off. And it is. That means the water valve is leaking. I swear, if I had $1 for every time I've tripped over that stupid thing, I wouldn't need a YouTube channel. Anyway, I've got to put that water valve on my list of things to replace because obviously it's no longer shutting off. There is a connection on the roof for water, but years and years ago I ran it down to here because I got tired of going up on the roof when I wanted to shut the water off. So the water to the swamp cooler anyway. If you're unfamiliar with a swamp cooler, it's an evaporative cooler. Water gets pumped across a big pad type of thing. And this is a master cool, so their pad is a little bit different. And then air is pulled across that wet pad and blown down into the house. I got the ladder over there. I'm gonna get the ladder up and we'll get up there and we'll get that thing going. All right, let's go. Okay, we are dripping. God, the last roofer fucked this thing up. I can't believe how badly they reattached this. Look at that. I've got to come up and do something about that at some point because... And I told them, I called them up and I said, hey, you guys seriously messed up reattaching the swamp cooler. And they sent somebody out to look at it and said, no, that's fine. Well, they buckled that leg, which lowered this corner slightly, which means the water is, oh well. Anyway, let's get it open and have a look. I should have come up and fixed that before this, and I didn't. Yeah, it's completely full of water. I don't know if you can see in there or not. It's completely full and it shouldn't be, which means that shutoff valve down below is not shutting off. So this here is the pad, and man, I need a new pad really badly. Yeah, I just put that all down in there in the water, which wasn't too smart. I should get a vacuum cleaner up here and try and vacuum some of that calcium out of there. I think I'm gonna do that. Oh, I don't like that at all. Great, did I bring it up with a dead battery? I brought it up here with a dead battery. That was brilliant, huh? I don't know if I'm even gonna... That is so bad. I don't think I can clean that out. I think I'm gonna have to get the new pad for it. Yeah, that's just awful. So I'm gonna have to get the new pad. I'm gonna have to purge that. I'm gonna have to adjust the water level here. And if I'm doing all this, I might as well put the new pad down below, or the new valve down below as well. Well, so much for today's job, huh? Let's put it back together and I'll get those parts. Okay, believe it or not, my local Ace Hardware had these pads in stock, and believe it or not, this set of two of these, because it takes two side by side, they're just corrugated paper. Those two pads were $109, but they last quite a while. They last quite a few years, and they do work quite a bit better than a standard woven swamp cooler pad that most other swamp coolers take. And I picked up another one of these valves. That's going to be the first thing I do, I think. I've got to shut the water off to do that. I'm going to get that done. Okay, back up. So to get these pads out, I took the lid off. I'm going to take this back off. I have to take 2 bolts on each side here out, and this top lifts up. Then those pads should just lift out, I believe. I don't know, I've done it before, but it's been a while. You can see what all this, how hard the water here is in Arizona. It's extremely mineral filled. All right, here are the old pads. Honey, the new one comes in 2 pieces. Interesting. Is that really big enough? I don't know. Let's get them out of there and have a look. Some instructions. Oh, English and Spanish, okay. Standard procedure for Arizona. This is not. Okay, there's 2 of these. Is 2 of these going to be enough? 2 of these could be enough. Okay, this one goes to right there. Yeah, 2 is going to be enough. Yay me, yay us, huh? All right, let's set that down there. I'm not going to put it back in the box for now, because this one appears to be in 3 pieces. I'm sure it weighs a ton now. Oh, crap. Beautiful. Gonna have to be cleaning that water trough out. All right, I'm gonna regret this, but not that much. Didn't really mean to hit it, but I did. My gosh, they messed that leg up. I ought to get another. I ought to run a couple of self-tappers into there just to kind of support that. Except I don't have any. Oh my gosh, this is actually in 4 pieces. I have a feeling whoever sold me the last one just sold me a bunch of odds and ends. I'm gonna have to drain that out of there and try and clean it a little bit anyway, if not a lot. All right, let's drain this thing. I know there's a way to drain it. What a mess. Look at this. What a complete mess. That's going to take some work cleaning all this up. I'm going to have to get a scraper or something to try and scrape that up with. I'm not going to be able to vacuum that up unless I let it all dry. Here's another valve over here that is probably on the verge of needing to be replaced, if not already there. Man, that's a mess. There's the two pumps. One of these is the one that pumps the water when it's running, and the other is an evacuation pump that runs, I think, every 12 hours. Hopefully they're still good. I'm going to pull all of this out and clean it up. I may let it sit like this overnight and dry. Let's get this out. This is turning into a bigger job than I wanted it to be, but doesn't it always? Now that I got everything out, I got to get it dry. Whatever this is going to flake and scrape down, I need to get that mostly done off of it. And I'm going to have to do a little wire brushing and a little cleaning. And yeah, a lot of work. Okay, I have this thing all cleaned out. I vacuumed down in there, scraped it down in there. I got a new inlet valve in. I checked the pumps, both pumps work, and I've cleaned them up and I've cleaned the baskets up, and we're just checking the water level now. A lot of work scraping this thing out. I got about a half a bucket full of garbage out of the bottom of that. But I'm hoping it's going to be worthwhile. As soon as I get the water level checked, I will bring up the rest of the parts in the pad. Okay, I had to wind up making a new top pipe here. Just a couple piece of PVC and a couple of ends with a 1/2-inch hose bib on that end. That's what the pump pumps the water up through, and this is where it all drains down into the pad, and there are the new pads in place as well. Okay, it's all back together. Pumps are in. It's running. I didn't get the media lined up very well at the bottom, but and they're pretty tight too. Oh well, water's flowing good down it all. I'm a pretty happy camper. All I got to do is make sure the water level is right, and then put the covers back on, and I call this job finally done. It's been a lot of work. I wasn't planning on this much work, but hopefully it'll be worth it. The wife and I both love the swamp cooler. Okay, gonna check the water level after a minute or two, and then we'll get the covers on. So there it is, all back together again, and the ladder is down, and it has been running for about 15 or 20 minutes. Sounds really good. Feels cold inside, but we will go inside and we will test it to see the kind of cool air it's blowing. I'm betting it's blowing 25-degree cooler air than outside air. The humidity is about as close to nothing as you can possibly get and still survive. Okay, the large blue letters in the upper left is the temperature and the humidity. 11% humidity and 94 degrees. 89 in this room and 1% humidity inside. So, and that temperature probe is on my porch, which is on the east side of the house, and it is 218. So sun's been off of that for, well, it's never really on it because it's up under the porch, but sun's been off that part of the house for 2 hours now. So that's a best case scenario outside temperature. I think up on the roof out back where the sun is still shining, it's well up over 100. So there's our outlet there. Let's see what our temperature is up there. Can you see that? I'm hoping you can. I think it's blowing 57-degree air. That is pretty amazing. 57, 58-degree air. That's what they can do. That's what an evaporative cooler can do in low humidity, high temperature situations. They're just amazing. They're inexpensive to run. They're really, really comfortable. It raises the humidity in the house from 1 to hopefully 10 or 11. It makes it a lot more livable in the house. We just love the way it feels. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Hopefully it won't be anything quite as annoying as this job was. Bye for now.